Good afternoon and welcome to Brewing. I'm your host. My name's Scott Leffler. It is 12:30 in the p.m. this Thursday, November 15th, the Ides of November. Actually, I don't know how the Ides work, but I always assume that the 15th is the Ides, although it's not, because there's one month that like the 13th is the Ides. I think the Ides means middle, but I'm not entirely positive. This I do know. It's the 15th of November. It's a Thursday, and we're brewing. Just a few topics today, and a couple of them political. One of them just bizarre. So we're going to talk about those. Gum. Sorry, that was rude. So, yesterday the president held a press conference. It's the first time that he's really addressed the press since his decisive victory a couple weeks ago. A week ago. Time flies. Was it last week? Was the election last Tuesday or was it the Tuesday before? I really don't know, but it seems like it was forever ago. So the president met with the press yesterday, and he talked a little bit about the election. He talked a little bit about his agenda. He reminded the press very bluntly and very frequently that he won the election. Now, this might not seem like a big deal, and maybe it's not, but it could actually be a sign, I think it's a sign, that the president has decided that he has the political capital, although he didn't use that phrase, to do what it is he wants. He didn't use the phrase mandate either. He was very careful about the words that he used. But again, he did say frequently and quite clearly that he won. This, I think, goes to show that the president does not plan on compromising to the degree that I thought he originally would. Again, the new Congress hasn't even been seated yet. The election hasn't even been made official yet, in fact. It's entirely possible that we could find out that everything's a lie and that Mitt Romney actually won. I doubt that very highly, but it's entirely possible. So once the election is, finalized and we get the new Congress in, it looks like at this point, just based on what he's said in this press conference yesterday, it looks like the president intends to not steamroll, but be forceful, be very deliberate about his agenda, about what it is that he wants to do, about how it is he plans to accomplish things. So that's interesting in and of its own self, because I've always viewed, not always, because I didn't really pay much attention to him as a senator. I thought he was enigmatic. I thought he was charismatic. I thought he was, what's the Grease song? Pop-O-Matic. I don't know, the Pop-O-Matic bubble. That's different. What's the Grease song? I don't know. If my kids were here, they would know. So, during his first term, though, he was very wishy-washy, overly compromising. He wanted to include everyone, and if there's one thing that I've learned in life, it's that if you try to please everyone, you're not going to please anyone. You're much better off just pleasing yourself. It's easier, less messy. So it looks like the president is going to, excuse me, it looks like the president is going to go forward with his agenda and do what it is he wants to do. What is that? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. So we'll have to see. This glare. There we go. Got rid of the glare. Yay, glare's gone. Oh, and the bananas are gone. I mentioned that already, right? Bananas are gone. They went bad. Oops. I did eat a couple of the bananas. Yes, but I didn't eat them all. The fact that they were green for so long kind of scared me, I guess. Like I don't know. They seemed like weird bananas, and so I didn't eat them all. The ones that I did eat were good, but I don't know. It seemed weird to me. And then they went from green. They were like really green, like green, like green to yellow, and then bam, brown. So I don't know. Maybe I'll make banana bread or something, because they're in the freezer. Because that's what you do with bad bananas, right? You don't throw bad bananas out. You put them in the freezer. Actually, I've got bananas in the freezer that my girlfriend put in the freezer like a year and a half ago, probably. Well, no, I haven't been here a year and a half. Well, maybe they moved from the other apartment. I don't know. But I've got bananas in the freezer that have been there for a really long time. In order to make banana bread, I should do that someday. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll be baking with Scott Leffler instead of brewing with Scott Leffler. We'll make banana bread, and then we'll all have fun and sing Kumbaya. Yeah, no? Okay, we won't do that then. We'll have brewing instead. All right, so there's Obama. Obama has decided that he has the political capital. Again, my phrase, not his, and he's going to spend it. I'm interested to see how this works. I'm interested to see if the Democrats play along with him. I'm interested to see if the Republicans go along with him. They should. The Republicans, while it is not a mandate, the Republicans were kind of spanked kind of hard, and not in a good way. They were made to look bad. So we'll have to see what happens, come January and whatnot. Second topic. I live in Lockport, New York, just outside of Buffalo, New York. I work for the Lockport Journal, which is a small daily newspaper here in Lockport. Part of a news group, which includes the Tonawanda News, the Niagara Gazette, the Medina Journal Register. I write a column. It runs in all those papers. But the big paper, the real paper around here is the Buffalo News. Buffalo is a one newspaper town if you don't take into account these small dailies that are around. Because we don't really compete with the Buffalo News. We compete with the Buffalo News in Lockport, and then I agree that competes with the Buffalo News in Niagara Falls, but nobody competes with the Buffalo News in Buffalo. In Buffalo, we are a one newspaper town. And I say we, you might find that confusing because I don't live in Buffalo, but it's the Buffalo region. I consider myself to be a Buffalonian. A lot of people from Lockport don't. There's this weird, they don't like Buffalo. I don't. A lot of people from where I'm from are afraid to leave here, as though the world ends like at the county line. It doesn't. I've been on the other side of that line, and the world just keeps going. And there are, churches and fire halls and bars and all that fun stuff that you find everywhere else. So the Buffalo News, which is our regional daily newspaper, is crazy. I really can't explain this. Yesterday. Now, I already pointed out that we have not yet finalized this election yet. And some people are already talking about the next election. I don't want to talk about the next election, but my hand is being forced here because my regional newspaper has made an endorsement. Really, the Buffalo News has made an endorsement for 2016. Quote, not too early to be thinking about who would make an excellent candidate for the presidency in 2016. They said, bam, Hillary. Really? Now, they didn't come out and say, we want Hillary to be president. They said, we want her to run because she's the best candidate, and she would make a good president. So maybe it's not an endorsement per se, but a lot of people are viewing it as an endorsement because really, who the hell would do that? Why would you? This election is just a few days old. Although I don't know how old because I can't read a calendar because my concept of time is screwy or whatever. The election was 2 weeks ago, right? I really don't know. Anyway, tweet me at Scott Leffler and let me know when the hell the election was. Because I could just look on a calendar, but that would require losing concentration and whatnot. So the Buffalo News, just days after the election, because no matter whether it was a week or 2 months for that matter, it's still days after, right? I always love when people do that. For mere pennies, well, yeah, mere pennies, a million pennies, but it's still mere pennies, has decided that they want Hillary Clinton to run for president. Now, Hillary has said she's not running. Coffee. That's why we call this brewing. Hillary has said that she's not running, but she's a Clinton. Clintons don't know what the word is means. So maybe she's confused about what is not running means. Maybe she thinks that is a negative modifier. I don't know. Her husband was confused about the word is. You may recall very famously during the Lewinsky scandal. So it's entirely possible that what she means is that she's going to run. Or it's entirely possible that she's just being coy right now because there's 4 years until the election, and why would you want to show your hand that quickly? When she ran for Senate, she wasn't sure she was going to run. They moved to New York, but they just moved here because they liked it. And then she went on a listening tour, and everybody told her that she needed to run. And then finally at the last minute, she's like, bam, I'm running. Whereas everybody knew that she was actually running from the beginning, which is why they moved here. So whether or not she's running, only Hillary knows. Well, Bill probably knows too because he's her political advisor. Also, her husband, but I think more so her political advisor. And she needs a good political advisor if she's going to run, because she's got the Buffalo News offering their advice, and really, who would take the advice of the Buffalo News? Not I. Maybe Hillary would. So Hillary said she's not running. The Buffalo News said you should run. And in fact, they implore her husband, "Dear Bill Clinton, please tell your wife to run for president." I don't know. There are 4 Super Bowls between now and the next election. There are 4 Groundhog Days between now and the next election. Groundhog Day is on a Saturday next year. I went to Groundhog Day once, 2008, I think. No, that doesn't sound right. No, definitely. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I went to Groundhog Day. It was a lot of fun. I suggest it. If you are an adult, if you are a single adult specifically, or you're an adult who doesn't have kids at home, at the very least, go to Punxsutawney for Groundhog Day. It's cold. It is very cold. I'm not going to deny that it's cold, but it is a lot of fun. So if you live in Pennsylvania, I do know I have one specific viewer who watches in Pennsylvania. If you've never been to Punxsutawney for Groundhog Day, go. Take the kids. Now, when we went last time, we did take the kids. They were very cold. So be prepared for coldness. Dress them overly warm. Long johns and pajamas and all that fun stuff underneath their clothes, and then maybe a snowsuit too. Maybe it won't be as cold this year, but when we went, it was really, really, really cold. But it was a lot of fun. So it is a family affair, but it's a family affair in much the same way that a lot of the, like the polar bear swim, which we do here in Alcott, which is just down the road from me. It's a family affair. You can bring kids, but really there's a lot of alcohol going on, and it's changed over the years. It used to be more family friendly. Now it's more single adults drinking and carousing. So, and this being a Saturday this year, I have a feeling there will be more drinking and more carousing. Go Friday night. Although you won't be able to stay in Punxsutawney. There's only a couple places to sleep in Punxsutawney. So you won't be able to stay there, but find a hotel somewhere near. May already be booked. You may have to drive a while to get into Punxsutawney in the morning. But go Friday night, hang out, drink, talk to people, get a couple hours of sleep, go back in early Saturday morning, watch the groundhog do his thing. It's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. How did I get to Groundhog Day? I don't know. I just figured out yesterday. Well, I'm sure I looked previously, but I reminded myself yesterday that Groundhog Day is a Saturday, and that excited me because I do. Groundhog Day is one of my favorite holidays. I don't know why. I do know why. It doesn't matter though. But Groundhog Day is one of my favorite holidays, so you should go. We can meet there. We can come from all over the country, and we can all meet in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Sorry. I love that movie too. All right, that's weird. Speaking of weird, news of the weird. Now, Art Voice, which is a weekly periodical here in Buffalo. You probably have similar alternative type magazines where you are. They have this feature called News of the Weird. And I love Thursdays because Thursdays Art Voice publishes their stuff online, including News of the Weird. So every Thursday I get to read my odd stories for the week. Here's one, and men. Dude, all right, look. Women don't get this. They don't understand this. Now, I'm not. Every guy says this, all right? Every guy says this, but I'm honest when I say it. Other guys might think they're honest, but I'm legit. I am not the average male, all right? Ask anyone I've dated. They will tell you I am not the average male. But I still think that to a degree I understand men because I'm still a male. Men do stupid shit to impress women. Men do stupid things to win the affection of women. Now, girls, you might think that you're alone on this. You might think that you're the only one that goes out of your way, and men, just sit around and drink beer and belch. In between the drinking beer and the belching, we make significant efforts to make you happy. And when we latch onto a woman that we want to spend time with, we will do the stupidest things. A lot of these stupid things do involve beer, and they involve handing someone your beer and being like, here, hold this and watch. which never ends good. Well, this guy in Iowa, of all places, Darren Heiber, I don't know, Hieber, a 33-year-old from Iowa. He broke up with his girlfriend. Not girlfriend, wife. I'm sorry. He and his wife split. And he decided that he wanted to win her back. And the best way to win this woman back was to get shot. Because some women like wounded animals. And so it's the... I can't think of what it's called. Florence Nightingale syndrome. All right? Women, not all women, a lot of women like wounded animals. So this guy, Darren Heiber, arranged to have him shot. So this guy shot him in the leg. And he's like, look, honey, I got shot. Take me back. I love you. She's like, no, I don't think so. He's like, what? But I got shot. She's like, no, I don't think so. So then he's like, all right, whatever. Limps away. Hires a second guy to shoot him again. Seriously. Got shot in the leg. That didn't work. He's like, maybe I just didn't get shot enough. Because, 50 Cent got shot. Bitches, they love that. So maybe he's like, if I get shot again, I walk with a limp. I might. Maybe then, but no, that didn't work either. However, his sex life will improve anyway because he's been sentenced to 10 years in prison. Because in Iowa, it is illegal to have yourself shot. So men, look, whatever it is that you want to do to impress women, you need to stop just short of having yourself shot. Because that, if it backfires, can go really, really bad. One, you've been shot. And I'm sure that hurts a lot. I've never been shot with bullets. So I don't know. I'm guessing that it hurts. It looks like it hurts. I'm imagining that it hurts. I've been stabbed. I do know that that hurts. I'm thinking bullet wounds also hurt. So you'll have the mental anguish. You'll have the broken heart plus the bullet in your leg, and then you'll have a boyfriend that you didn't ask for 10 years. Men, really, they're not worth it. I'm just saying. Not worth getting shot for. So that's what I have for you today. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, and I'm looking forward to the show. So last Friday, you may notice I didn't have a show. I apologize about that. I had a client meeting that ran over. My timing didn't work out very well. So last Friday, no show. Tomorrow, show. My name's Scott Leffler. I'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in.